Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Dana Guy, and I'm the new Executive Director at PEPS. And we're so disappointed that we couldn't be in person today celebrating this amazing community. But I am here with Sheila Capistani, who is the Director for the Division of Children, Youth, and Young Adults for King County. Sheila and I have been talking for months about her keynote, which she was going to share at the PEPS Luncheon. Sheila, thank you so much for joining us today.
I am happy to be here today.
So Sheila, I would love to start by talking about our highs and lows. This is a part of every PEPS meeting where we make space for parents to share about the things that are happening that are great in their week, and also making space to talk about the really hard things. And this has been a hard week. So would you be willing to share with us your highs and lows from this past week?
Sure. Well, as you said, I work for the county, so as you can imagine, it's been a really intense week. So my highs and my lows are the same for the week. My lows are really that we are in a point of having to respond to something that has been impacting our communities, and really having my heart go out to the families that have been most impacted and those who've lost their loved ones. So I would say a low is the heartache, in addition to the workload. Yeah. My highs are really around the same thing. I have been impressed and proud and humbled at the response of our county leadership. I think we are leading the nation in how to respond, and I've been really proud to be a part of the King County team.
Yeah, thank you. In a similar vein, I would say that my highs and lows are also very much the same. As an organization, we had to make the really difficult decision to cancel our luncheon, but also to put a pause on in-person PEPS groups. And that really is in conflict with our mission, which is to bring new parents together. So that, of course, is the low, but I would just echo that the high was seeing the way the PEPS staff really came together and immediately started working towards supporting our group leaders in doing PEPS groups remotely. And also the way that the leaders have embraced that, and they're sharing tips and tricks with each other. And the top one that has come through so far is making sure parents know to mute their microphones when until they're speaking, because if they don't, then the crying babies that, of course, are part of every PEPS meeting really take center stage in a virtual meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you for sharing that. I would love to just have you tell us a little bit about the message you were going to share with the PEPS community.
Okay, well, there were really three different things that I would have shared with the community if I was there, and I would love to share now. I was really excited when you asked me to be the keynote, and it's because I actually hold PEPS really dear to my heart. My first interaction with PEPS from a personal level was that I was on the board, I think 25 years ago. As a young woman and thinking about what communities needed, I was a doula by training, and I was really beginning to see the importance of supporting new families and how much that was a big part of it. I also, when I was on the board, thought, wow, if and when I have kids, I am going to get a PEPS group. So I did, in fact, when I had my first child, become a part of a PEPS group, and they were absolutely what I needed, lifesavers. I'm disappointed because they were all going to be at the luncheon, so I was looking forward to seeing everybody, and I hope that we still get together anyway. But from that personal experience, I blend that with my professional knowledge that, the unique thing about being human beings is that we all go through this early parenting time very similarly. We all feel the joys of parenting, and we all feel the stress of it, and we all feel the vulnerability of it. And I've always believed that PEPS has been there for people at this very unique time. And then I was very excited when I heard about what your plans are for the future. Yeah. So I wanted to be a part of that on the day of the event. And I'd love to ask you now to share that vision and the plan for PEPS in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Sheila, for sharing that. So we have been on a journey over the last several years and doing a lot of learning and reflection and acknowledging mistakes that we've made in our 37-year history. And that led us to prioritize racial equity and invest in our programming and practices and curriculum really across the organization. And through all of that learning and growing, we created a new strategic direction and also a new mission and vision and values, and all of that is really guiding our work now. And it includes really embracing new ways of doing things, a lot of collaboration with other organizations where we're figuring out how do we need to adapt the PEPS model to reach Spanish-speaking moms and teen parents and parents in South King County in ways that we just haven't been operating in the past. And we're also, as part of that strategic direction, gonna embrace advocacy and really our responsibility in not just shaping the lives of families and individual PEPS groups, but shaping the lives of families in our region by taking action on policies that are important.
Well, that's part of what I found so exciting about it was your commitment in the future to both broaden your services and deepen them in our communities, and pairing that with collaboration with other organizations and getting into the place of advocacy. I think that's the strength of a lot of small community-based organizations, is being able to do all of those things, and advocacy from the standpoint of experience on the ground, I think is really important. So it's exciting.
Yeah, thank you. As a new executive director, I'm really excited about this vision and the amazing work that our staff and our board and our group leaders and our community is doing moving forward. So we are in a really difficult time in our community right now. What are the things you think people should be thinking about?
Well, I think that in good times, PEPS knows that social isolation is a really hard thing. And I think that at the core of who you are as an organization is to say, we're going to bring community and wrap them around new families. And that has to be true in difficult times too. So I don't think that that goal has changed. I think keeping in mind that we still need to wrap around new families. And this organization is perfectly positioned to do that, even as, because of the situation that we're in, you have to change the way that that happens. So I would say to people, remember that what we're hearing from public health about social distancing is not the same as social isolation. And to remember to keep connected. Check on each other. I think check on your neighbors. If you know you have new families in your neighborhood, check on them. If you have friends who are new families, make sure that folks offer to do a grocery run or to sit with someone. I also think that we can actually take the lead from our youth who manage to stay connected in pretty amazing, powerful ways, even when they can't be in person with one another. So I think taking advantage of all of the opportunities we have to virtually meet and talk on the phone, but not forgetting in our hearts that this is the time where we show the power of our community and our ability to stay together even when things are really hard. So in the end, I would say let's just continue to take care of each other and we're going to be fine.
Thank you, Sheila. Thank you so much for showing up for families today. I encourage you to stay safe and healthy, and please check in on your neighbors and friends and family, and especially those new parents in your life. We appreciate your support so much, and we really look forward to seeing you next year at the PEPS Luncheon.